Kate here with Native Strength Revolution. It's the beginning of the year, and I bet a lot of you have a lot of new things you want to try, new goals you want to set, and I wanted to give you a few tips before we get started with our yoga class today. So number one is consistency. Whether it's yoga, running, gym, eating a different way, consistency is key. So the first experience might be pretty bad, right? So, but it's your first time, so give it some more chances. Take some more time with it. Take a month. A month is a great amount of time to really devote to something and really start to feel the benefits of it. So it's not just all this hard work with no return. You actually start to feel and see the benefits. Number two is take it easy. So I know in the beginning, sometimes we just want to go hardcore, like this is what everybody's doing, so I should be doing it too. Take it easy. Listen to your body. Baby steps, right? So don't try to go all in too soon. So today we'll start with a 20-minute yoga class. That's a perfect length of time for one of your first experiences with yoga. So with anything else too, whether it's running, maybe don't go for the 3 miles that you could have run 5 years ago. Today, maybe go for half a mile or just time it out for, whatever, 20 minutes. The next thing is reach out. So you can't do this alone. None of us can do this alone. We've got to reach out. Our willpower is never enough. We need a higher power, first of all, and also to be surrounded with someone or some people that know a little bit more about whatever it is, whether it's eating or running or lifestyle change, a little bit more than you do. So reach out to the person who works out at the gym or works at the gym or both. Reach out to the yoga teacher. Email us. We'd love to get your emails. There's some great social media online groups like Healthy Active Natives, a wonderful place as a sounding board to really voice what you're going through, and more than likely somebody else has too. And it's really just a very healing thing and strengthening thing when you can hear the stories from others and where they started, what their journey's been like, and where they are now. So don't give up. Take it easy, stay consistent, and reach out. So today we're going to do a 20-minute yoga class, perfect for beginners. So grab a mat. If you don't have a mat, no worries. Just make sure there's something kind of soft underneath you, so especially to protect your knee joints and other joints. And we will start in a posture we call Child's Pose. So Child's Pose, you'll bring it all the way down to the mat. And you'll bring the hips back towards the heels. I like to start Child's Pose with wide knees, especially after the holidays, got a little belly going on. So this gives me a little bit of space for all of that to kind of settle in. The fingertips stretch forward away from you, and if you can, forehead relaxes on the floor. If not, if it doesn't quite get there, then you could place a blanket or a small pillow underneath you, perfectly fine. Or if you have a yoga block too, that would work. And stretch the hips back towards the heels as you stretch the fingertips forward. So Child's Pose is a great posture because it really starts to get us into focus, letting our body know, hey, something different is about to happen. And why that is the head is actually slightly below the heart. So there's this different flow that's going on in the body. And there's this slight stimulation right here in the middle of the forehead with the pineal gland. So that's going to help the endocrine system. And we'll go into that a bit later. But for now, again, just let the hips sink down towards the heels and fingertips stretch a little bit forward. If this is uncomfortable, you can always bring the arms down by the side. Again, you can bring the knees in close or keep the knees out wide. And so from here, we're going to take some breaths. And these are going to be different than the breath that you normally do throughout your day. I want you to breathe in by the nose and out by the nose. Take it in by the nose and out by the nose. Keep going. Breathe in. As you breathe in, fill the lungs. And as you breathe out, just visualize all of that oxygen leaving the lungs. Continue. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. So you probably heard we use such a small percentage of our lung capacity. Inhale. With yoga, we're really working the respiratory system. Exhale to take in as much air as possible. Take another deep breath in. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly bring your hands back towards you and come to all fours. Come to all fours. So check out your hands. Your hands should be right underneath your shoulders and knees right underneath your hips. So hands shoulder width, knees are hip width apart, and spine straight for now. We're going to take a couple of movements called cat and cow, and this is starting to warm the spine up. So take a nice deep breath in, arch the spine, and look up. This is called cow. So it's kind of like an old cow spine, so there's a bit of a sway in the spine like a cow. And exhale, come into cat, so like a rounded Halloween cat. Press through the palm. Just look at your stomach. Inhale. Take it back to cow. So you can take this at your own pace if you like. This is a great posture, especially you maybe been in a car for a while. Spine starts to just get in one position, so this really kind of moving everything around. And what we're also doing is getting the synovial fluid moving through the joints of the spine. And synovial fluid is kind of like this lubrication that helps the joints move, helps them move fluidly. And last one, come back to neutral spine. So we call this neutral spine. So spine is straight. It's not swayed. It's not arched. It's neutral. Okay. So tuck the toes under and we're going to lift into our first down dog. If you start and you think, oh my gosh, there's no way, I want you to come back to all fours. Otherwise, lift the hips up. Here, knees can be bent. Perfectly okay for the knees to be bent. Don't worry about the heels not touching your mat. That's fine. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. That's it. And so you might think, oh my goodness, I haven't really bared any weight on my wrists lately or in the past 20 years. Roll most of the weight into the knuckle of the index finger and some into the thumb. That's going to help. All right. So inhale again, lift the hips up gently, press the chest towards the thighs. Yeah. And yeah, if you're more flexible, heels can come down, bring the heels down. If not, keep them up, knees bent, perfectly fine. We're going to go into our first lunge. So a couple ways to get there. If you're more flexible, you can bring the right leg up, bring it through, or if not, like, not happening. Just slowly walk the foot on up, and you can even use your hand to do that. All right, take a nice deep breath and lengthen the spine. Again, if this is too much going on, it's taking too much exertion right now, your breath is escaping you, bring the left knee down. Bring the left knee down, perfectly fine. So here, in this position, very important with the alignment, want to make sure the knee stacked right on top of the ankle. If the leg is extended, that's great. If not, that's okay too. If the leg's extended, lift the hamstring. That's the back of the leg. Lift the hamstring up towards the ceiling. You want the spine nice and long. And we're opening up the hips. So again, a great one if you've been sitting all day at a desk or in a car, in a vehicle. So think about left hip forward, right hip back. Check out my neck. So I'm not craned up and my head's not collapsed down. You're probably trying to look at your device somewhere, but best you can, keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine. So your gaze is more than likely a little bit beyond your foot. Yep. Now bring the left foot up to meet the right. Might take a couple of movements to get the left foot up. Bring your hands to heart center. And inhale, come on up, round up vertebra by vertebra. Good. Inhale, arms sweep up. Good. And exhale, fold. Good. So we're back down again. If you need to bring the hands to the shins, perfectly fine. If you can bring them all the way down to the mat, that's great too. Bring the left leg back for a runner's lunge. Breathe. Bring the right foot back into a high plank. Now you can bring it to the knees. Perfectly fine to bring it to the knees. No problem here. But if you can, like Yoda says, you must. So lift the knees up, contract the thighs. Let's lower it down. And inhale, up dog. So if you're coming from the knees, you'd come down all the way. Make sure hands are right underneath the shoulders and push yourself up into a little cobra. Good. Come back to the knees, or if you're not on your knees, come straight back into down dog. And breathe. Couple breaths here in your down dog. Or modified down dog. Inhale, bring the left leg up, bring your left foot through, or walk it on up, take your time with it. This time, right hip forward, left hip back. Check out your knees, so knees stack right on top of the ankle. All right? Shoulders down and back away from the ears. Breath is steady. So breathe in by the nose, out by the nose. Long spine. And bring the right foot up to meet the left. Hands start at center, round up. All right, so that was our first little sun salutation, we call it. Inhale, take a deep breath, and arms stretch up towards the ceiling. Look back behind you. So we're going into a back bend. And with a back bend, first it starts with the neck or the cervical spine. So just drop the head back like you're getting your hair washed at a fancy place. Get the weight in the heels. Inhale, lift everything up towards the ceiling. Look back behind you and start to go back. Good. So main thing you want to think about here is arching the total spine. So it's like you're arching over a big, huge beach ball. So it's not just the low back. So you're not just flopping into your low back. Lift up through the chest and go back. Inhale, come back up. Nice. Take another nice deep breath in. Inhale, stretch up. Bend your body to the right and push the hips to the left. We call this half moon pose. So you're in one straight line and find a spot straight ahead to focus. So if you start to look down at the floor, this is what starts to happen with your body, and you're no longer in the straight line. So inhale, reach up out of the waist, push the hips to the left. Come down a little bit more. You got it. Come down and push and push. Inhale, come back up. Deep breath, full lung stretch up, touch the ceiling, straight line, bend your body to the left. Push your hips to the right. So deep stretch now all over the sides of your body. Good. Right side right now. Hips forward, upper body back. So you might need to bring the right hip a little bit forward, left shoulder forward to get everything in one line. Good. Breathe, stretch up, push the hips to the right. Inhale, come back up. Another back bend. Deep breath, full lungs, drop your head back. Go back. Good. Come back to center and forward fold again. We're coming down. So kind of honoring the four directions there as we do that movement, right? So we move the spine in four directions. So here in this forward fold, bend the knees if you need to. Let your head relax down. No tension in the head. You could grab your opposite elbows if you like, or just rest your hands down onto the mat. Perfectly fine. So you're going to do that again and speed it up just a little bit. I'm going to start with the right leg for that lunge. Bring your right leg back. Runner's lunge. Yep. Bring the knee down if you need to. Left leg back. High plank, or bring it to the knees. Right? Bring it to the knees and bring it all the way down. But if you're off your knees, stay off your knees. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. So this could be your down dog right here. Let's do that one more time, and I'm going to demonstrate what the full expression sort of looks like. So I'm going to walk it up. I'm going to start again, round up, stretch up, little back bend. Good. And forward fold. Here we go. Bring the hands down to the mat. Right foot back, runner's lunge. Left leg back, high plank, chaturanga. You can call that a chaturanga. It's a tricep push-up or four staff. Bring the chest through for up dog and tuck the toes under or roll over on the toes into down dog. So that's what that would look like. All right, but take it at your own pace. Your own pace, and breath is key. So we're going to go with the right foot again. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Bring your right foot through. This time, take your time with it if you need to, using your hand to bring your hand on up. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine and start the twist. Lower spine, middle spine twist, upper spine twist. So eventually, the two shoulders get close to being in one line, stacked on top of one another. So this could be pretty intense already. If so, stay here. Feel like you've got a little freedom. Shoulders aren't too tight. You can bring the top arm up and look up. Again, left hip forward, right hip back. Bring your hands down to the mat. Left foot steps up to meet the right. Take your time with it if you need to. If you need to use your hand to bring it up. Bring your hands to heart center, round up. Inhale, stretch up. Take a back bend. Good. Exhale, fold. Start with the other leg. Hands down. Left foot back, runner's lunge. Remember to take it to the knees if you need to. Right foot back, high plank. Let's lower it down. So if we're going full expression, lowering it down, we just come halfway so that my triceps are parallel to the floor. Inhale, up dog, or if you're down on the knees, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale, bring the left leg up, bring your left foot through. Take your time. So right hand is where the right foot would be here. Bring the left hand to the back of the left hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, twist. Yeah. And if it's right, left hand reaches up. If not, no worries. And bring your hand down to the mat. Right foot steps up. Hands to heart center, round up. Good. Let's stretch up. Take one more back bend. Lift up. Look behind you. Back bend. Good. And come back to center. So why do we do so many back bends? At least the way I teach. Think about your posture. More than likely, looking at your device all day, or you start to drive all day, or you're on the couch all day. Hopefully not all day, but maybe at the end of a long day, watching your show, eating your snacks, and it's not good posture. And so your spine starts to round, right? You've probably heard of muscle memory. Muscle memory can be great. It can also remember the bad stuff. So these back bends bring everything back, keeping all the discs in the spine very healthy so that you have less of a chance of a bulging disc or any kind of nerve issues like that can happen in your spine. All right? The more you know. All right, inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, fold. So I had that little talk just so some of you can maybe get your breath. So right leg back, high plank or knee. Left foot back, high plank or bring it to the knees. Lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog if you have it. Bring it to the knees, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up. Down dog. Breathe. So we're going to move into what we call warrior two. Inhale, bring the right leg up and bring your right foot in between the hands. This time, spin the back foot around at 45 degrees. Windmill the arms open. Got this one piece of hair. There we go. Windmill the arms open and sit down into warrior two. So if you're beginning, your leg might be right here. Might not bend so much because it's a different movement, right? If you can, trying to get the leg parallel to the floor, the thigh parallel to the floor. Yep. Stretch down, stretch up. From here, we move into our version of a triangle. So tilt the arms and move the arms. Fingertips stretch down, fingertips stretch up. Yep. So if you need to, you can use this arm for balance, but try not to place it right on the knee joint. Reach up and look up. Breathe. And bring your hands down to the mat. Right foot steps back for down dog. Inhale, bring the left leg up and bring your left foot through. Warrior two, spin the back foot around, windmill the arms open and come down into your warrior two. Good. So the arms straight, shoulders relaxed, hips forward, upper body back a little bit. Flip the palms and tilt to your triangle. We call this hot triangle. I have a hot yoga studio here in Alabama, so This is our hot triangle stretch up and stretch down. And gently guide the left knee back with the help of the left elbow. Again, if you need to use this for support, perfectly okay. Stretch straight up. So this triangle we stretch straight up. It's not one of these yet. We'll get there. And bring your hands down to the mat. Left foot steps back. Down dog. Good. Lift your hands. Walk it up, or if you like, you could hop it up. Hands to heart center, round up. Good. So from here, we'll do a little bit of balancing and then we'll take it to the floor. So from here we do tree. So different ways to do tree. If you're new to balancing postures, a good way to start, toes on the floor. Think about bringing the right knee out to the right. Good. Bring your hands to palm center. So if you're like, I feel like I could do a little bit more, you can start to move the foot on up to the inner calf or the inner thigh. Where we don't want it is right on the knee, because the knee is not meant to go side to side, right? It's meant to go back and forth. One that I really like is a half lotus tree. This is the one that we usually practice at our studio, helping open up. So yeah, you grab from underneath, the sole facing up, but any of the tree variations are fine. And when you find yours, continuously push the hips forward and guide the right knee back. Relax the shoulders. Root through your left foot. Contract the left thigh. So lower body's contracted, so upper body can stretch up even more and grow like the tree. And bring your right foot down, left foot. So find your tree for today. So toe might be on the floor, perfectly cool. Inner calf, inner thigh, or in the half lotus tree. So your choice. And if you like, you can bring a hand up. If not, fine. Relax the shoulders, stomach in, hips forward. Gently guide the left knee back. Root through the bottom foot. Contract the right quadriceps. That's the front of the thigh. And inhale, stretch the spine up towards the ceiling. And change. Lay down. Very good. All right, so we're going to take it down to the floor from here. So lie down on your mat, and we come into this posture we call Savasana. So heels are together and feet fall open, arms down by your side with your palms facing up, your head straight and eyes gently open, just to stay focused on what you're doing. You don't drift off too far, so gently keep the eyes open. They have to be wide open just a little bit, and breathe in by the nose, out by the nose. So really your breath right now. Your own breath pattern. Good. And from here, draw the heels in towards your tailbone and let the knees fall open. Oh, a little pop there, that was good. So your hands can be palms facing up towards the ceiling, or you can bring your palms facing down on top of the inner thighs. Either way is fine. And just breathe. Continually try to breathe in by the nose, out by the nose. And bring the heels away, lengthen the legs out. And bring your right knee in. Grab the knee, or grab the leg right underneath the knee, and pull the knee down towards your right shoulder. Keep the elbows in close. And tuck your chin to your chest. Try to get the neck flat on the floor. Your left leg straight, left calf muscle on the floor. If it's not, flex the left foot back towards your face. Pull down, tuck your chin to your chest. Right here, you're massaging your ascending colon. So it's a great posture for your digestive system. And change, right leg down, left leg up. Grab your left leg 2 inches below the knee. Pull the left knee straight down towards the shoulder. Tuck your chin to your chest. Try to get the neck flat on the floor. Make sure right leg straight. So flex the foot back towards your face, then relax the foot again. Pull down, right here massaging your descending colon. Tuck your chin to your chest, hold it, and change. Leg down, bring both legs up. Grab your elbows over the legs. So if you can't quite grab the elbows, maybe you can grab the outsides of the legs, outsides of the calves, that's fine. If you can grab the hands, grab the wrists, grab the forearms, that's great. But if you can grab the elbows, go for the elbows. All right? And relax the head, shoulders back down on the ground. We're not pulling down. We're trying to relax everything down. Tuck your chin to your chest. Try to get the neck flat on the floor. So a lot of students I see come into the studio, I see them in this posture and they're like a hard golf ball. So like completely round. Hips are way up, head and shoulders way up. They won't come down into the ground. And over time, they start to flatten out more like an egg shape and then more like a pancake shape. So it's just the tension leaving the body and the spine becoming more flexible over time. That's so helpful to your whole body. And change, legs down, arms down. That last one massaged our transverse colon. So again, that posture, great for your digestive system. Breathe. Grab behind your legs and rock and roll a couple times. And then on the last one, come on up. Bring your hands down to the mat and shoot your legs back. Come on down to your tummy. Get a couple of postures in to help with the spine. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. We call this Cobra. So fingertips in line with the tops of the shoulders, your baby fingers in line with the outsides of the shoulders, your deltoids, your arms, elbows close into the body. Glue them in. Stretch your elbows down towards your hips. So look at your legs. So legs are together. We call this cobra tail. So how many legs does a cobra have? None, right? So glue your legs together like one tail. Inhale, breathing, look up. Lift your upper body up. Now you can use some hand strength. It's not here. You have a 90-degree angle in the arm, 90-degree bend in the arm. Stretch your elbows down towards your hips to drop the shoulders down. Look up, lift up, go up, and lower back down. This time bring your arms out to the sides. Feet and heels together. Inhale, breathing, look up. Everything, arms, head, body, leg, everything lift up off the floor. Now take tiny sips of air while you're here. Tiny little sips of air to maintain the breath. Look up, arms back, fingertips same level as your head, just the hip bones touch. Rest your bodies up in the air, look up. Come on, chest up, go up, and lower back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourselves back till we started in that child's pose. So hips stretch back towards the heels. Forehead may come down towards the floor. And breathe. And slowly come all the way back down. Roll over onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. We're going to get a reclined spine twist as we close this class out. Can you believe it? You're almost done. Knees in and bring your knees over to the left side. Bring your arms straight out to the sides and gaze over your right shoulder. I love the spine twist. So we did a lot with the spine today, moving in all different directions, and a perfect counter pose to all of that is a spine twist. So spine twist, very detoxifying for the spine. And I love this twist because when we have our knees here on the ground, we can kind of use the knees like a rudder to help guide where most of the twist is. So if you have more tension in the low spine, you bring the knees a little bit lower. If you need more of a twist in the middle spine or upper spine, you bring the knees a little bit higher. Roll on in towards the center and over to the other side. For me, it's the right side right now. And yeah, knees just fall over, arms all the way up by your sides, and look over your left arm. I could stay here for an eternity. It's so good right now. Good, and just let the knees relax. If you like, you could always bring the top hand onto the knee if that helps a little bit with the twist. Or just relax it out to the side. Nice. And slowly bring your knees back in. And bring the legs out long. And relax. Bring your arms down by your sides for a final Savasana, or dead body pose. Heels are close together, feet fall open. Arms down by your side with your palms facing up. And this time you can close your eyes if you like. If this was your first yoga class, great job. You did it. If this was your 1000th yoga class, good job. You did it. Just because it's the 1000th class or however many doesn't always make it easy, right? Sometimes it's even harder depending on what we're dealing with that day. So take every class as a new opportunity. No expectations, no comparisons to what it was a year ago or 20 years ago. Just love it for what it is now. Be grateful that you have a body that can move. And slowly roll to either side in a fetal position as we come out. And use that top hand to push yourself up to a seated position. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to invest in you today. What a great gift. So remember, it's never easy in the beginning. Just keep doing it the best you can, right? Have a wonderful day. Namaste.